Hello everyone and welcome to I'll Be Sewing. My name is Gina and today we're going to be doing this bag. This is a very simple bag for all those beginners out there. This is a fast project. It has two zippers, and as you see, if you notice, the zippers go all the way around of the bag. They only sew here. It has very little seams and makes this bag quite easy to make, so you guys can make plenty of them for your friends and family. As you see, it has a zipper here that's a continuous zipper, so it doesn't have any ends here, so it's like that on the inside. You can add pockets on the inside. I didn't put any on mine, but you can definitely do that. Add some pockets. And this one here, as you see, the zippers are here to the middle and they open both sides like that, and they stay. You have a pocket on this side and a pocket on this side, but the zipper goes all the way around. So we're gonna start with some materials. This one here, as you see, I use cork on the bottom, and I just use a print on the top. And I also made the strap in cork. On this one, the new one that I'm gonna make, I am gonna use cork on the bottom, but I'm gonna make a strap in fabric instead of the cork. This cork that I use here is one of those inexpensive corks, and with cork sometimes you don't really have to worry too much about fraying, so I didn't have to finish any edges, so I kind of left mine kind of like that. And I also added the strap, as you see, on the top here, which is rivets. On the other bag, I'm actually going to attach the little pieces here into the zipper, so with fabric it looks a little neater, so you don't see any edges here. Other than that, I think the bag is going to stay more or less the same as what I have here. Sometimes when you make the first one, your sample, you'll sometimes change a couple things here and there, but they're more or less the same. It's just slightly couple changes that you try to improve. Also, this one, as you see, my zippers join here on the side. If you don't want that, you can do little pieces of fabric on the ends of the zipper, and I'll explain where you could add those when I do the bag. I'm gonna leave mine like that because I don't mind sewing the zippers that way, but if you don't want that bulk there, you can definitely add fabric, a little piece of fabric there, and cut the zipper shorter. So let's start with some materials what we're gonna need to make this bag. So for the strap, I cut about 65 inches of fabric by 4 inches wide. And what I did is I have a piece here like that, so it was 4 by 60 long because it's adjustable strap. And then you're gonna fold in half like that, then half, and then half again like that, right? And then to finish the edges here, what are you gonna do? You're gonna open this part up all like that, and you're going to do a seam right across with the fabric's right side up. You see that? So I sew that like that. And then what you're going to fold that into half, the back, like if it was folded in half like that. You see that? And then you're going to turn it this way. So what you're doing, you're eliminating bulk here, and you end up with this edge already finished. So you're going to do that to both sides of your strap. So you would do the same thing here. You would open it, turn it, sew it, and then do your folds again. That's for your strap. For the two little pieces that we're going to attach the straps, where we have our hardware, it's going to be about a 4-inch by, I would say by, let's see, by 2, a 4 by 2, and then you're going to do exactly the same thing. You're going to fold in half, fold in half. You're going to do exactly the same thing with the piece. You're going to fold it in half, and then fold half and half, and sew it, a top stitch, and then you're going to attach your hardware. You can use a D-ring, or you can use stuff like this that already comes, that you can attach your clip here, okay? You can definitely do that. There's different options that you can use for hardware. So you're also going to need 2 D-rings, 2 of these clips. So I have one here and one here in my strap, and 1 piece to do the adjustable strap, and I'll show you how to do this afterwards, how to put it in. Okay, so we're gonna put this to the side. Then for the body of we also gonna need 2 zippers, and I have here, this is about I would say if you can get a 22 to 24 inches zipper, so you're gonna need 2 of those. Okay, we're gonna be using zipper pulls. I'm using zipper by the yard, but you don't really have to. You can use a regular zipper if you'd like. And then I have here this one, the middle one. I need a zipper that would open in both directions. If you're not using zippers by the yard, you have to buy one that opens in both directions. You know, so a double zipper. So the 2 zippers. Then I need for the main of the fabric, for the outside of the fabric, I have here. So I have my piece of cork here. And this piece that I have here is 19 by 6 inches. So 19 by 6. Then the top of mine is also 19 by 4.5. And as you see here, I have foam in the back. I put foam here in the back because this cork is a very, very thin cork. It's literally like fabric. It's very thin. If you're using a regular standard cork, the thicker one, you can use just the cork, and then your part here, this part of fabric that you're using for the top, then you interface it with a fusible foam that fuses to one side. Okay, then that's the part for there. For the pocket on the inside here, the pocket that goes on the inside here, I have a piece here that's 19 by 12.5, and I use this one here. So 19 because we're going to be folding this pocket like that. So it's 19 by 12.5 because it would be double the size that you have here. Okay, and for the other pocket, the larger pocket on the top that we have here, we have another piece that's 19 inches by 9.5. So 19 this way and 9.5. Okay, and that's pretty much for fabric. I have a couple of these that my sister got me from England, and I will be taking these ones down since I'm using a London kind of theme fabric, and I'm gonna be adding these to the zipper pulls. I think they will look really cute. They have like little zipper pulls, I will add some hardware, break them apart, and then make them into stuff that I can actually hang it on the zipper. That will look really cute, like that. Okay, so, and that's pretty much, we're going to start sewing. It's a fast project, it's not hard. So we're going to start with this part here, and the zipper that has the 2 double-side zippers. If you don't want the zipper to go all the way to the end, what you can do, you can cut, you measure your zipper to your piece here, cut 1 inch in each side shorter, and you can add a little piece of fabric. Let's see. And then I'm just gonna cut this piece here and show you. So you could add a piece of fabric here to the end like this. Right, you would sew it there, an inch shorter than the fabric, and then you would be fabric on the end. So then you would attach the zipper as regular again. You would do that to both sides. So you would cut an inch shorter than both sides. So if you have 19, you would cut 17-inch zippers, and you add fabric to go all the way to the end of the fabric. So in here on the side, where I have my fabrics joined, it would be fabric. Okay, but it's up to you if you want to do that. I'm going to leave mine without. Alright, so then I'm going to get this out from here because I don't need that piece. So I'm going to go ahead and put my zipper here. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and sew it on. So I sew my zipper on. Now I'm going to get the piece that's 19 by 12.5, and I forgot to mention, I interface these pieces, all these pocket pieces, with SF101. It's a cotton interfacing just to make it slightly thicker. And I'm going to go ahead and get my, my lining, and I'm going to go here and attach it to this side here. So I'm going to go ahead and sew that. I'm just going to put pins and then show you your next step. So let me see, probably clips will be easier because the cork is kind of thick. So you're gonna go ahead and sew that in place, and in this case I would go back here and follow the line that I already have there, so I don't have two different lines touching the zipper. So make sure you match your fabrics here so they are even together. So then when you're done that, okay, you've done that like that, you're gonna go ahead and top stitch. Okay, so you sew that and top stitch. After we've done the top stitch, we're gonna bring the lining up like that. We're gonna fold it. See, there's my lining, there's my zipper. I'm gonna bring this here, and I'm gonna go ahead and sew it just like that. So zipper like that, making sure I have an alignment here, that everything matches here. And I'm gonna go ahead and attach that there. I'll do these 3 steps and I'll come back to show you the next one. So I attached the bottom pocket, as you see here. So you see it's right at the right size now. And if I open this, you see I already have my pocket done in here. Okay, so it's like that. And as you see, my zipper is attached to the top here. So now I'm going to get the part on the top. I'm going to grab this part here, and I'm going to go ahead and line it up again to here. And I'm going to sew that on top of my zipper. That's going to go this way after. As soon as I attach here, I'm going to go ahead, put a couple clips. Like that. You can sew on this side where you see your seam already, and follow that seam to sew that on top. As soon as that's done, you're going to turn it to this side and also do a top stitch. So you're going to turn it to this side and do a top stitch just to have this secure this way. Okay, I'm going to do that and show you the next step. So I sew my zipper and did my top stitch. So what you want to have is you want that to be folded like that, backwards like that, so I hold it in place. So now you're ready for your other zipper on the top. So let me just show you, if you have a standard zipper, how you're gonna do this. So if you have a regular zipper like this, that you have like this, you're gonna go ahead and break it. Okay, you're gonna go here, you're gonna cut it where the metal piece is, and you're gonna cut this part here. Okay, you're gonna break it. You're gonna take it apart like that. See? And then you're only gonna use one piece. This one piece. I'm not gonna be using a black zipper. I'm gonna use the white. I already have white here, but it's just don't be afraid to break it. You can go ahead and break it into 2 pieces. You save this other piece for another bag, and then you will attach this one on. So now I'm going to grab mine here that I have here by the yard. I'm going to go ahead also. I'm only going to be using one piece. And how we're going to do it, we're going to put it side down like this on the fabric. Leave a little bit to each side because we still need to attach the pull. And we're going to go ahead and sew that there. After that's sewed there, you're going to get your piece of lining. That's the long lining that we have. It's a really long lining. Make sure you put a side up. Okay, and you're gonna go ahead and put it on top here and sew it. You see, they're all the same size. Okay, you're gonna go ahead and sew that. Okay, so we're gonna touch that like this. I normally, what I do, I always sew this zipper first, then I bring my lining because it stays a little bit more secure. I'm just going to show you, so just to speed up things. So you sew that zipper in there. We're going to go ahead and turn it to that side again like this. And we're going to go ahead and do again a top stitch here. So we're going to bring this all back like that. And we're going to do a top stitch, and this ends up like a big piece like that. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Before we attach the zipper, I forgot one step. What we're going to do, we need to attach these pieces in place before we put the zipper on the top. So what do you need to do this zipper? You need to fold this in half, just like that. 1 inch from here, and from here to here. you're going to go ahead and attach one of these. And then you're going to go ahead and turn it to this side when it's folded like this. And from the folded edge, we're going to go about a 1/2 inch in. The reason that the measurement is different is because here we still have to sew these edges. We're going to lose about a 1/2 inch here when we sew this part here. So we need to go only about a 1/2 inch on this side here. And we're going to go ahead and pin it there. So when I open this, this is where you're going to see it. Then you're going to go ahead and grab your zipper, put it on top, and sew it there, right side down. Your lining, after, right side down. After the line is down, you're going to turn everything to the other side and do the top stitch as I mentioned before. Okay, so you'll sew that, all that into place. Turn to the other side and do the top stitch. So you end up with a zipper on the top like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I attach the zipper and I have these here. You see mine are a little bit tall here, it's loose like this because I'm going to put a couple rivets here. If you're not going to attach rivets, you can push your fabric down a little bit more so this stays more down like this. Okay, so it's an option. For me, I left mine a little taller, but you can definitely push them in a little bit so they'll stay down a little bit more closer to the zipper. Okay, so this part is done and our bag is almost done. So now what I have to do here, if you wanted to add pockets, on the inside, now would be the time that you add the pockets. So this is 2 sides because you know that your bag is going to fold like this. So you can add 1 pocket here and 1 pocket here. It's up to you. You can definitely do that. I'm not going to do on mine. I'm going to leave mine simple. So my next step is closing this bag up. So I'm going to go ahead and even everything out here. So I'm going to try to even everything out with my zipper, even out all my fabrics. I want to make sure everything is nice and even. I'm going to go ahead and do this, even if I have to put a couple clips. So I'm matching my zipper here, matching my zipper here. I'm going to put a couple clips just to hold everything in place. And I need to add that zipper pull in here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trim a couple teeth off here, this side. And I know some of you had said you guys have a hard time put these in. It takes practice. They're not hard to put in, but it takes practice. So round part of your zipper pull in, and you're going to push that in. And I know mine, I have to have this even like this. So I'm going to go ahead and this, then you go almost like in an angle, like into that side on the round part, almost like in an angle. And then you're going to go ahead and, of course now, and then pull, right? Mine is a little off, you see, because I push it too early, so they're not even. I have to take it out and do it again. So I definitely want these to be even. So my fabric is here, so I know I'm going to move that in a little bit more and an angle. Okay, and I think I'm pretty good now. So I'm going to go ahead and just double check so my fabrics are even, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so and the zipper pull is in. So now I need to close all this off. I'm going to go ahead and take this clip off, and I'm going to put all my fabrics even. I want to make sure everything is flat here. Pockets, every single thing has to be flat and getting to the end here, because we're going to have to attach all of these together. So I want to make sure everything is even, and it is. So I can go ahead and trim this. Okay, So now what we're gonna do here, we're gonna try to turn this to the right side like this, to the wrong side, sorry about that, to the wrong side like this. You see, there's my zipper in the middle, they're closed. If you're afraid your zipper is gonna open, what you can do, you can go to the sewing machine and sew a couple stitches here back and forth so this stays closed, so you don't worry about opening it, right? So then you're gonna go ahead and do this. You're gonna fold this part here like that, so this is the pocket, and the lining that we have here goes to one side. Okay, you're gonna fold your zipper and match your other zipper here. So you want to match this zipper here that we have here, and I'm gonna put a clip, and all this lining that we have here and all this pocket fabrics, they have to stay all together. You have to sew them all in together, because otherwise the pocket is not going to be stable. We need that to be together, okay? So we're going to fold it that way, and this is our lining is to this side now. We're going to go ahead also pin this. Let me put a couple more pins. And also down here you see my pocket, it goes all the way to the bottom here, you see. So I want that to be also in my seam, so I want to sew all these layers together. I would suggest you use a size 14 or 16 because these a little bit thick, so you're able to sew a little easier. So then here I'm gonna adjust my zipper here, of course, and just match here and here. I go ahead and adjust, put a clip, and of course my lining goes this way. So what I want to do, I want to leave an opening. I'm going to leave an opening here on the side to turn my bag inside out. This time I don't want to leave it in the bottom. You can if you want, if you think it's easier for you. But I don't want mine in the bottom, because after I sew my bag, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this down here and I'm going to touch this to the bottom with a couple stitches so my lining is not loose. But right now all I'm going to do is sew here, so here the bottom, and here, and go to here, then mark an opening from here to about here. I'm gonna leave an opening to turn it inside out. Okay, and then I'm gonna sew the bottom. I'm also gonna sew the bottom here. Only this side doesn't have any seams. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that and show you what it looks like. So I close all my bag. I did my best matching the zippers here, but I think from looking at it, looks like it's slightly off. I might just leave it. I'll see when I turn it around. If I don't like it, I'll turn it back to this side and adjust a little bit here. So now the way I mentioned, this is my lining, this is my body. What I want to bring this here to this side here, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit a seam here. I want to touch my lining to the bottom of my bag here, because I want my lining to stay put, don't move inside the bag. So I'm gonna go ahead, and this doesn't have to be on top of the seam that you already have here. It can be right at the edge, just a couple stitches just to hold it here. You can do a little bit here. You can even do it by hand if you think your machine is not going to be able to handle the layers. You can go with a needle and thread and sew this down here to stay put in place. Okay, let me do that and we'll turn it to the right side and have a look. So my lining is attached. Now is turning time. So I didn't mention, but it's always good to leave your zipper on the top slightly open a little bit, so it will be a little bit easier to turn. So I'm gonna go ahead, and this is the tricky part, is turning all this inside out, because it's a little bit more challenge because the lining is sewed to the bottom. But just take your time and be patient and just move things slowly. Keep turning gently so you don't rip anything, and you'll be fine. Just like I said, just take your time. I'm gonna open my zipper a little bit more and push, and of course because I use cork, again it's slightly thicker. If it was just fabric, it will be slightly easier. Take your time, and you can use something sharp to kind of help you with the corners here. This has a lot of layers, so it's not going to give you a sharp corner. Just going to give you more of a round corner. Okay, there's my zipper. It's not that bad, so I think I can live with it. And see what I mean by sewing the lining in? So no, my lining is completely attached. So, but what I need to do is I want to bring this side up, out a little bit. And just this side, I can turn it to the wrong side because I need to sew my lining. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold this here and sew my lining here before I finish completely to the other side. Let me just do this quickly. So my lining, can always do it by hand if you don't want to see a seam. Okay, now we can go back and turn this to the right side. Again, if you do with fabric, just fabric, they are slightly easier to have that good corner. And cork is a little bit more thick. So I'm gonna adjust this part here, my zipper, and it's good. There we go. And the handle. Okay, we haven't talked about the handle. Let's have a look. I don't know if you guys know how to do an adjustable strap. So we have the piece that we sewed, the long piece. Okay, how to attach the hardware to the long piece. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna grab the part here that's for the strap. You're gonna put it in through here and come out through here, just to the middle like that. So you're gonna attach this like this. So like that, it's always very simple. You're gonna go ahead and take to the machine and sew a seam here. Attach these pieces like this together, right here, like that. Okay, I'm just gonna go put a pin. Well, I'll put a clip because it'll be easier. After you sew that in, you have the long piece like this. That's sewed to one end. You're gonna grab one of these rings here, one of these. You're gonna put it in through here. Okay, so now you have that in there. Okay, and the part that's sewed in, see, my ring is to there, well, to the outside. Let's push it to the outside. And this part here that has the seam here, you see I'm gonna keep it nice and straight all the way, even like that, straight out. Then I'm gonna bring the other end, I'm gonna put it through this side and into that side, like that. And because I already have my D-ring here, okay, I already have my D-ring here, it's already done, like that. Then you push it, you adjust it the way you want it, just like that. Okay, adjust your straps. That's straight here, you see, mine is twisted, so we have to twist these back. Okay, you have to make sure they're straight, they're even. Okay, so when you put this in, you have to make sure that this is even. So you see that? So when I fold this, this has to go even, has to go in and out. And it has to stay even with the clip here, like that. So it's a nice fold. See if I bring it a little closer. Okay, there. See, it's done. So then you get your other clip to the end. You're gonna go ahead and put it there, and also do a seam here. I'm probably gonna put rivets on mine. Okay, and then your bag is done. Okay, and you see, because the pockets are attached all the way to the bottom of the bag, it's very stable. So I can open this all the way around and it's stable. Just because the pockets are sewed in the bottom. Make sure you sew everything to the bottom because your bag will stay more stable. Okay, you can have both zippers to one side, like that, and have this side completely closed for safekeeping of stuff you don't want people accessing to it. You can leave it this closer to the end here, and one to each side. It's up to you how you want to use it. But our bag is done. So now I'm just gonna touch a couple of these little England little guys that my sister gave me because she lives in England, in Jersey. So that will look really cute here. I can attach to this or even to my zippers. There we go, little guys. And maybe a couple to my zipper pulls here. Maybe a couple one of these here. There's the English flag. You can definitely add this here, like that. And there we go. I hope you like this project. We'll see you next time for another video. Happy sewing, everyone.